Explorer X here, have you ever heard of Asmodeus? Well, that's what this next one is about. Asmodeus is a powerful demon with a long and complex history in various religions and cultures, including Judaism, Christianity, and Zoroastrianism. In Jewish tradition, he is the king of demons and the prince of the 9 hells. He is known for his role in the Book of Tobit, where he is said to have hindered the marriage of Tobit's son, Tobias, by killing all of his sons-in-law. In Christianity, Asmodeus is considered one of the 7 princes of hell, according to the Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, a grimoire from the 16th century. He is associated with lust, gambling, and the love of money. In Zoroastrianism, he is known as Eshmedat-Deva, a demon of wrath and violence. In demonological grimoires of the late Middle Ages and the Renaissance, Asmodeus is a prince of hell and the demon of lust. He is depicted as a giant winged figure, sometimes accompanied by a host of demons. In these texts, it is said that he has the power to grant knowledge and powers of the arts and sciences, but at a terrible price. In some legends, Asmodeus is the personal enemy of King Solomon, who was able to bind him with a magic ring. It is also said that Asmodeus revealed the secret of the ineffable name of God to Solomon, which allowed him to control the demons. One story tells of Asmodeus tempting King David into committing adultery with Bathsheba. According to the story, Asmodeus disguised himself as Bathsheba and seduced David, leading to the birth of King Solomon. Another story tells of a young man named Raphael who was sent by God to aid Tobias in his quest to marry Sarah. Asmodeus, jealous of Tobias' success, attempted to kill him on his wedding night by making Sarah's previous husbands jealous and violent. But Raphael, through the guidance of God, was able to drive Asmodeus away and protect Tobias and Sarah. In one medieval story, Asmodeus was said to have been responsible for the construction of the Temple of Solomon. According to the story, Asmodeus offered to help Solomon build the temple in exchange for the king's firstborn son. Solomon, aware of the demon's trickery, made a deal with Asmodeus to outsmart him, and was able to build the temple without giving up his son. According to a Jewish legend, Asmodeus was once an angel who was cast out of heaven for his pride and desire for power. He then became a demon and was tasked with tempting humans to commit sins and bring them to hell. Asmodeus also appears in Islamic mythology where he is known as Ashmedai. In one story, Solomon defeated Ashmedai and locked him under a heavy stone in the desert, but Ashmedai was able to escape and continued to cause mischief and trouble. Another interesting story about Asmodeus is found in the Talmud, a collection of Jewish rabbinic writings. According to the story, Asmodeus was once the king of the demons, but he became enamored with a human woman named Sarah. He disguised himself as a human and married her, but when Sarah discovered his true identity, she prayed to God for protection. God then sent the angel Raphael to bind Asmodeus, and Sarah was able to escape. In another story, Asmodeus was said to have been responsible for King Solomon's downfall. According to the story, Solomon became increasingly prideful and began to neglect his duties as king. Asmodeus, sensing an opportunity, began to whisper in Solomon's ear and convinced him to build idols and temples to false gods. Eventually, Solomon became so consumed by his own power and vanity that he began to worship these false gods himself. As a result, God punished Solomon by taking away his kingdom and dividing it among his sons. Asmodeus also appears in various works of fiction, including literature, film, and video games. He is often depicted as a powerful demon associated with lust, greed, and other vices. He is often portrayed as a malevolent figure to be feared and avoided. Asmodeus is also known for his ability to grant knowledge and powers of the arts and sciences, but at a terrible cost. It is said that those who make deals with Asmodeus will be forever haunted by their own desires and will be unable to escape his grasp. As a demon of great power and cunning, Asmodeus has played a significant role in the stories and legends of many cultures and religions. He is a symbol of human weakness and the dangers of succumbing to our own vices and desires. Despite his fearsome reputation, Asmodeus also serves as a reminder of the power of good and the importance of faith and determination in the face of evil. Asmodeus is also mentioned in the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text that was not included in the canon of the Hebrew Bible but is considered sacred by some Jewish and Christian traditions. In the Book of Enoch, Asmodeus is one of the fallen angels who descended to earth to mate with human women and father the Nephilim, a race of giant, powerful beings. In some legends, Asmodeus is said to have the ability to change shape and assume the form of a human or animal. This ability is said to allow him to move among mortals undetected and to tempt and corrupt them with ease. Asmodeus is also said to be able to control the elements and to summon powerful storms and natural disasters. In some stories, he is said to be able to cause droughts and famines as punishment for those who defy him or refuse to worship him. In medieval demonology, Asmodeus was said to be the ruler of the demon army of the south, and his powers were associated with fire. In some tales, Asmodeus was said to have the ability to breathe fire and to control the flames, making him a fearsome enemy to those who dared to challenge him. Asmodeus is also said to be able to grant immortality to those who make a pact with him, but this immortality would be a curse, and the person will be forever trapped in Asmodeus' realm. If you found this interesting, please share with your friends, family, and subscribe. Explorer X out.